Yukteswar and all of us who have benefited from his presence, his vibration, and his teachings, and all that he gave to the world through our Guru. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasma Shri Guruve Namaha. Brahmanandam Paramasukharam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dandvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasya Dilaksham Ekam Nityam Abhimala Machalam Sarvade Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunaradhitam Sadgurum Tvam Namami. Om Om
Let's begin our evening with a prayer. Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, dearest friend, beloved God, Lord Jesus Christ, Babaji Krishna, Lahiri Mahashaya, Swami Shri Yukteswar, beloved Guru, Paramahansa Yogananda, saints of all religions, friend and guide, Swami Kriyananda, O Shri Yukteswar, we bow at your lotus feet of divine wisdom. We offer our love and gratitude for you training our Guru Yogananda. You had few disciples. You were not easy. But you played the role of an incarnation of wisdom, essentially living and teaching the deep truths of Sanatana Dharma and Kevalya Yoga. Bless our practice. Receive our devotion. And help us to attune ourselves to the divine wisdom within. Om. Peace. Amen.
A reading from the Autobiography of a Yogi, the chapter, I Meet My Master, Sri Yukteswar. Thy master cometh today. A divine womanly voice came from everywhere and nowhere. This supernal experience was pierced by a shout from a definite locale. A young priest nicknamed Habu was calling me from the downstairs kitchen. Mukunda, enough of meditation. You are needed for an errand. Another day I might have replied impatiently, but now I wiped my tear-swollen face and meekly obeyed the summons. Together, Habu and I set out for a distant marketplace in the Bengali section of Benares. The ungentle Indian sun was not yet at zenith as we made our purchases in the bazaars. We pushed our way through the colorful medley of housewives, guides, priests, simply clad widows, dignified Brahmins, and the ubiquitous holy bulls. Passing an inconspicuous lane, I turned my head and surveyed the narrow length. A Christ-like man in the ochre robes of a Swami stood motionless at the end of the road. Instantly and anciently familiar he seemed. My gaze fed hungrily for a trice. Then doubt assailed me. You are confusing this wandering monk with someone known to you, I thought. Dreamer, walk on. After 10 minutes, I felt heavy numbness in my feet. As though turned to stone, they were unable to carry me further. Laboriously, I turned around. My feet regained normalcy. I faced the opposite direction, and again the curious weight oppressed me. The saint is magnetically drawing me to him. With this thought, I heaped my parcels into the arms of Habu. He had been observing my erratic footwork with amazement and now burst into laughter. What ails you? Are you crazy? My tumultuous emotion prevented any retort. I sped silently away. Retracing my steps as though wing-shod, I reached the narrow lane. My quick glance revealed the quiet figure, steadily gazing in my direction. A few eager steps, and I was at his feet. Guru Deva! The divine face was none other than he of my 1,000 visions. Those halcyon eyes, in leonine head with pointed beard and flowing locks, had oft peered through gloom of my nocturnal revelries, holding a promise I had not fully understood. Oh, my own, you have come to me. My guru uttered the words again and again in Bengali, his voice tremulous with joy. How many years I have waited for you! We entered a oneness of silence. Words seemed the rankest superfluities. Eloquence flowed in soundless chant from heart of master to disciple. With an antenna of irrefragable insight, I sensed that my guru knew God and would lead me to him. The obscuration of this life disappeared in a fragile dawn of prenatal memories. Dramatic time, past, present, and future are its cycling scenes. This was not the first sun to find me at these holy feet. My hand in his, my guru led me to his temporary residence in the Rana Mahal section of the city. His athletic figure moved with firm tread, tall, erect, about 55 at this time. He was active and vigorous as a young man. His dark eyes were large, beautiful, with plumbless wisdom. Slightly curly hair softened a face of striking power. Strength mingled subtly with gentleness. As we made our way to the stone balcony of a house overlooking the Ganges, he said affectionately, I will give you my hermitages and all I possess. Sir, I came for wisdom and God contact. Those are your treasure troves I am after. The swift Indian twilight had dropped in its half curtain before my master spoke again. His eyes held unfathomable tenderness. I give you my unconditional love. Precious words. A quarter century elapsed before I had another oracular proof of his love. His lips were strange to ardor. Silence became his oceanic heart. Will you give me the same unconditional love? He gazed at me with childlike trust. I will love you eternally, Gurudeva. Ordinary love is selfish, darkly rooted in desires and satisfactions. Divine love is without condition, without boundary, without change. The flux of the human heart is gone forever at the transfixing touch of pure love. He added humbly, if you ever find me falling from a state of God realization, please promise to put my head on your lap and help to bring me back to the cosmic beloved we both worship. Who is in my temple? Who is in my temple? All the doors do open themselves, all the lights do light themselves, all the doors do open themselves, all the lights do light themselves. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Who is in my temple? Who is in my temple? All the doors do open themselves, all the lights do light themselves, all the doors do open themselves, all the lights do light themselves. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Who is in my temple? Who is in my temple? All the doors do open themselves, all the lights do light themselves, all the doors do open themselves, all the lights do light themselves. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Who is in my temple? Who is in my temple? All the doors do open themselves, all the lights do light themselves, all the doors do open themselves, all the lights do light themselves. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away.
Metta, do we need all the lights on that are on? Can we turn the ones off we don't need?
No, they need this for the video.
Okay, whatever's non-essential.
That's it. Sorry.
Okay. So this is a poem from Whispers from Eternity by Paramahansa Yogananda. He wrote this for his guru, for Sri Yukteswar. So one can just imagine that joy that was there, seeing his guru for the first time in that incarnation. And Yogananda's was a poet's heart, so he put a lot of his love and feeling into his poetry. So this one is called Invocation to the Manifestation of God in the Temple of Great Lives. That's the chapter. And this one is My Guru. Thou light of my life, thou camest to spread wisdom's glow over the path of my soul. Centuries of darkness dissolved before the shafts of thy luminous help. As a naughty baby, I cried for my mother divine, and she came to me as my Guru, Swami Sri Yukteswar. At that meeting, O my Guru, a spark flew from thee, and the faggots of my God-craving, gathered through incarnations, smoldered and blazed into bliss. all my questions have been answered with thy flaming golden touch. Eternal, ever-present satisfaction has come to me through thy glory. My Guru, thou voice of God, I found thee in response to my soul cries. Slumbers of sorrow are gone, and I am awake in bliss. If all the gods are displeased, yet thou art pleased, I am safe in the fortress of thy pleasure. And if all the gods protect me behind the parapets of their blessings, yet I receive not thy benedictions, I am an orphan left to pine spiritually in the ruins of thy displeasure. O Guru, thou didst bring me out of the bottomless pit of darkness into the paradise of peace. Our souls met after years of waiting. They trembled with an omnipresent thrill. We met here because we had met before. Together we will fly to his shores, where we will smash our planes of finitude forever and vanish into infinite life. I bow to thee as the spoken voice of silent God. I bow to thee as the divine door which leads to the temple of salvation. I bow to thee, to thy master, Lahiri Mahashaya, harbinger of yoga in Benares, and I lay the flowers of my devotion at the feet of Babaji, our supreme master. Sri Yukteswar was a man of relatively few words. We have Paramahansa Yogananda, who wrote many books, gave us many songs. We have Swami Kriyananda, the same. Sri Yukteswar was very essential. But I found over the years that the one-liners that he gave in his holy science and when he was with Yogananda, when Yogananda was in his hermitage learning, the one-liners have been the ones that come to me when I need a quick answer. I need to know the truth right now. And I'll realize one of those phrases that I learned by reading a few times easily pops into my brain. He was a man of great power, great truth, great energy, great wisdom. So we're just going to share a few of his quotes, some of the ones that Siri and Google agree are some of his most popular, let's say.
What do you mean? There was human interaction.
And Biraj and I agree too. Those who are too good for this world are adorning another world. His devotees, when they got a little big-headed about something, I think I've got it now, ho-ho, he'd say, when you're too good for this world, you'll be somewhere else. So he kept his devotees humble. So long as you breathe the free air of earth, you are under obligation to render grateful service. Why serve? Why, if you can meditate, as long as you breathe, just very common sense in a way. I will not fail to let you know when you have attained the final perfection. Again, humility. So far we can go. Candor and courtesy are helpful and admirable when they're brought together. Candor and courtesy. And this is one of the truths that Yogananda talked about. He said of Sri Yukteswar, someone said, oh, when I look at that picture of Sri Yukteswar, I see such love in those eyes. Yogananda sat back a little. He said, there was no love in those eyes. Those eyes were not the loving, mother kind of loving eyes. They were, so Yukteswar knew he only had a few disciples for pretty good reason. I am hard on those who come to me for my training. This is my way. Take it or leave it. Then he, realizing Yogananda was not going to be or able to be that way, you will be much kinder to your disciples. That is your way. And now for all of us, you will go to foreign lands where blunt assaults on the ego aren't appreciated. And this, he said after Yogananda had left him to go find samadhi, nirvikalpa samadhi, in the mountains by going to the Himalayas, that great devotee wish. I will find the guru who will zap me with samadhi in the Himalayas. So Yogananda, living with his guru, he says, well, Yogananda says, I was early on the path, was sort of his excuse for this behavior. I think he did it just to show us that we're in good company. But anyway, he left the ashram, all of his duties, his guru, very soon after he saw him, he left him, went off to the Himalayas. No, it was longer than that. It was for a year. We heard later that it was for a year. He was just searching, and he visited saints, he went to this temple, that temple, waiting for that samadhi that he was seeking, and he didn't get it. So he kind of slunk back to the ashram and appeared in the kitchen to his guru. Guruji, I'm so sorry, he said. I must have left you at an inconvenience with all the work left undone. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I'm so sorry. And Sri Yukteswar, ever even-minded and cheerful in his spine, said, I do not expect anything from others, so their actions cannot be in opposition to mine. Shrugging of the shoulders. And about training and leadership, Sri Yukteswar said, realize that a worthy leader has a desire to serve, not to dominate. Now we get more music.
When I think of Swami Sri Yukteswar and his rather stern training demeanor, this chant that is one that most often evokes memory of him. And in fact, this is one of the two chants we know of that he loved enough to play many often in his hermitage. You did not meditate, you did not concentrate, you did not meditate, you did not concentrate, and passed thy time in idle words. O my saint, wake yet wake, O my saint, wake yet wake. O my saint, death will be at your door, and you won't have time anymore. Death will be at your door, and you won't have time anymore to redeem thy soul. O my saint, wake yet wake, O my saint, wake yet wake. You did not meditate, you did not concentrate, you did not meditate, you did not concentrate, and passed thy time in idle words. O my saint, wake yet wake, O my saint, wake yet wake. O my saint, death will be at thy door, and you won't have time anymore. Death will be at thy door, and you won't have time anymore to redeem thy soul. O my saint, Wake it, wake, oh my saint. Wake it, wake, oh my saint. Wake it, wake. You did not meditate. You did not concentrate. You did not meditate. You did not concentrate, and passed thy time in idle words. Oh my saint, wake yet wake. Oh my saint, wake yet wake. Oh my saint, death will be at thy door, and you won't have time anymore. Death will be at thy door, and you won't have time anymore to redeem thy soul, oh my saint. Wake yet wake, 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 oh my saint. Wake yet wake.
So that's Yukteswar, recognizing that within each of us is ourselves, saint ourself. There's Saint Jitesh, there's Saint Gaurav, there's Saint Srinivas, there's Saint Medha, there's Saint Biraj. There's a saint inside of all of us awakening. That's just the path. Nirvikalpa Samadhi, remembering, waking up from the dreams of delusion. And one of the ways we have to wake up is have less attachment to desires. And so he spoke, as he would, being an essentialist, about desires. And he has a really good chant about it, which will come after these few quotes. He says, "How can sense slaves enjoy the world?" Yukteswar says, "Even when the flesh is weak, the mind should be constantly resistant." We've heard this over and over in the teachings. You don't always have to just not do the temptation. But if you resist it little by little, it has less hold on you. So that's a path. Resisting is easier than just never doing. Even when the flesh is weak, the mind should be constantly resistant. And here's very Yukteswarian. "Roam in the world as a lion of self-control. See that the frogs of weakness don't kick you around." Wrong desire is the greatest enemy of happiness in man. And for that tender, romantic desire that some of us have had in some incarnation or other, transform your need for human affection into aspiration for God alone. And then if God wants to bring you a partner, it's wholly different. Transform your need for human affection into aspiration for God alone.
Do not dry the ocean of my love with the fires of my desires, with the fires of my restlessness. Do not dry the ocean of my love with the fires of my desires, with the fires of my restlessness. For thee I cry, for thee I weep, for thee I cry, for thee I weep. I'll cry no more, thou mine evermore. I'll cry no more, thou mine evermore. Thee I find behind the fringe of my mind. Thee I find behind the fringe of my mind. Hide no more, Lord, hide no more. Leave me not, Ma, leave me no more. Hide no more, Lord, hide no more. Leave me not, Ma, leave me no more. Do not dry the ocean of my love with the fires of my desires, with the fires of my restlessness. Do not dry the ocean of my love with the fires of my desires, with the fires of my restlessness. For thee I cry, for thee I weep, for thee I cry, for thee I weep. I'll cry no more, thou mine evermore. I'll cry no more, thou mine evermore. Thee I find behind the fringe of my mind. Thee I find behind the fringe of my mind. Hide no more, Lord, hide no more. Leave me not, Ma, leave me no more. Hide no more, Lord, hide no more. Leave me not, Ma, leave me no more. Hide no more, Lord, hide no more. Leave me not, Ma, leave me no more. Hide no more, Lord, hide no more. Leave me not, Ma, leave me no more.
So Sri Yukteswar was, in a modern parlance, we could say he was the real deal when it came to wisdom. He was not a pundit who liked to quote the Bhagavad Gita at length at every turn. He wasn't a man who read all the different scriptures and compared them all and wrote commentaries about them. Not his way, the intellect, measuring, comparing. He was straight shooter. So with people who were thinking they were getting wiser by reading and reading and reading and thinking and thinking and thinking, he had some simple things to say. One of them, I am waiting to hear you. What holy text have you absorbed and made your own? Experience, right? Do not confuse understanding with a larger vocabulary. Continual intellectual study results in undigested knowledge. Wisdom is not assimilated with the eyes, but with the atoms. Intelligence is rightly guided only after the mind has acknowledged the inescapability of spiritual law. Menta, could you get the chant booklet? Some of these chants people might want to sing along with. Thank you. Welcome, Saint Anand.
Where is their love? Is this chant? In this world, Mother, no one can love me. In this world, they do not know how to love me. In this world, Mother, no one can love me. In this world, they do not know how to love me. Where is their pure loving love? Where is there truly loving thee? There my soul longs to be. There my soul longs to be. Where is their love? In this world, Mother, no one can love me. In this world, they do not know how to love me. In this world, Mother, no one can love me. In this world, they do not know how to love me. Where is their pure loving love? Where is there truly loving thee? There my soul longs to be. There my soul longs to be. In this world, Mother, no one can love me. In this world, they do not know how to love me. In this world, Mother, no one can love me. In this world, they do not know how to love me. Where is their pure loving love? Where is there truly loving thee? There my soul longs to be. There my soul longs to be. In this world, Mother, no one can love me. In this world, they do not know how to love me. In this world, Mother, no one can love me. In this world, they do not know how to love me. Where is their pure loving love? Where is there truly loving thee? There my soul longs to be. There my soul longs to be. In this world, Mother, no one can love me. In this world, they do not know how to love me. In this world, Mother, no one can love me. In this world, they do not know how to love me. Where is there pure loving love? Where is there truly loving thee? There my soul longs to be. There my soul longs to be. In this world, Mother, no one can love me. In this world, they do not know how to love me. In this world, Mother, no one can love me. In this world they do not know how to love me. Where is their pure loving love? Where is there truly loving thee? There my soul longs to be. 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 There my soul longs to be.
And of course, in Sri Yukteswar's ashram, where Yogananda spent some years, there would have been a lot of meditation. One can easily imagine there would have been very deep meditation with such a soul. Yukteswar, man of few words, lover of silence, deep in his consciousness and connection to God. I have found this phrase very helpful. The darkness of Maya is approaching. Let us hie homeward within. Has anybody felt that the darkness of Maya is approaching in this world in any given moment? Well, what do we do about it? Let us hie homeward within. Okay, I'll just go into that inner reality. And, you know, people don't always act the way we'd like them to act. We don't always act the way we'd like to act. So he sort of hits it right on the nail on the head again. Human conduct is ever unreliable until man is anchored in the divine. Again, he sees the problem and gives the solution. Very simple. Human conduct is ever unreliable until man is anchored in the divine. And this is one of the most popular lines that we share with people in many classes, many years, many situations. It's not easy to stay hopeful as a devotee that you're going to achieve the goal. We have stumbles, we have falls, we have times we can't be up to the mark even of our own feeling of our next steps. But this line sort of levels it all. Everything in future will improve if you are making the right spiritual effort now. Everything in future will improve if you are making the right spiritual effort now. Promise, method. Ancient yogis discovered the secret of cosmic consciousness is ultimately linked with breath mastery. The life force ordinarily absorbed in maintaining the heart pump must be freed for higher activities by a method of calming and stilling the ceaseless demands of the breath. tuning into the greatness of the avatar, Swami Sri Yukteswar, and what he means in our lives. Those of us who are drawn to Yogananda, most, I'd say pretty 99.99% that I've seen so far, appreciate the bhakti relationship with God, the I and thou relationship, that God is the most relishable, the most adorable, the most lovable, and we cultivate and expand and increase that love for God as part of our path to have deeper meditations, to keep going, to expand, to have more energy. That, for those of us who have that kind of heart, Yogananda, Prem Avatar, who is also joy and love were the two salient qualities of Yogananda, whereas Sri Yukteswar was wisdom. But I found, bhaktis have a strength. Yogananda said, in this age, we're not in the very high yuga yet. So those who just want to be discriminating, he said, I don't really recommend jnana, however you pronounce it, different ways, jnana yoga, for most people as the primary path. Because the materiality of this world, the consciousness of this world is such that it's ever trying to pull us down. And just using the mind, the incisive, not this, not that, the discriminating factor, I am not this, I am not that, God is not this, God is not that, just focusing like that. It's more difficult in this age. He said very few people make it that way here, now. Making God your beloved, loving God, feeling God's love for you, finding a thing you can want, a desire for a greater expanded reality, a desire to feel closer to God's presence, glimpses of God in meditation that you want to feel, and let that feeling nature, it can take us quickly to connection and communion with God. So that was Yogananda's path. He recommended that. But being a primarily bhakti path, it's also possible to get a little off balance and have feeling, but not enough practical wisdom, or discipline, because it takes a combination of things to really succeed. It takes the feeling, the wish, the desire, the loftiness of aspiration and loving God and feeling God, and then it takes doing the work, getting to the meditations every day, getting the right attitude, noticing when it's not right and pulling it back. So Yukteswar is a great balance for us. I think it's no accident that in the Leela, these are two self-realized souls. They didn't have to come back. Yukteswar didn't have to come back. Yogananda didn't have to come back. They were both avatars. They came back only to help others get to God. So the play that they did, Yogananda being his disciple, Yukteswar being the guru, it's an interesting play, I think, for our benefit. He attuned himself, being the heartfelt bhakti, weeping tears of joy for God, weeping for Divine Mother to come and assuage the grief and the longing in his heart. That was his nature, Yogananda's nature. We read of all these things in the Autobiography. But his guru was discrimination, wisdom, jnana. So, and he opened himself to that training. He opened his tender heart to a man who was going to tell him when he was wrong in no uncertain terms, and discipline him severely, and never tell him except at the very end that he loved him, never once. He said, I longed for that. I longed to hear my guru say, I love you, or I'm pleased with you. Zip. Yukteswar, just do the right thing, and I'll tell you when you're going wrong. Not an easy mentor or guru to have. But Yogananda shows us, he said, it doesn't matter the temperament of your guru. If he's your guru, he's been sent from God for the purpose of introducing you to God and bringing you to freedom, then that's how you'll get there. And listen to him. Listen to the guru. Follow what the guru says. Be willing to be disciplined by the guru. That's not an easy one. Those of us of tender hearts, we like the love part and we like the Divine Mother part. When it comes to, you're doing it wrong and change yourself, it can be a little more than a little challenging. But Yogananda gives the example. This is how we have to be willing to accept the discipline. When I think of Sri Yukteswar, I think of his very straight spine. I just want to straighten my own spine when I think of Sri Yukteswar, because he was just anchored in the divine in that way. Nothing ruffled him. So even-minded, so calm, so untouched by anything in this world, and yet living in this world. We hear little about his early life, but he was married, he had a wife, he had a daughter, he had all the worldly responsibilities. And then when it was time, and I don't know all the different details, but he met Babaji. Babaji said, it's time for you to become a Swami. Yukteswar said, wait, I'm married, excuse me. He said, to those who I bestow the title of Swami, they never shake it off. It's like, that whatever you have been, you are now a Swami. And so he was. And so he had his little ashram and his family, extended family home, big villa in Calcutta. Serampore, thank you, in Serampore. And Yogananda lived there and tells the stories of what it was like to live there. And Sri Yukteswar is always there for us. I find that if, my intuition's getting cloudy, or my energy's getting a little wobbly, or my emotions are getting my feeling is moving a little too much into emotion, if I look in the eyes of Sri Yukteswar, I get very straight in my spine. And I remember, you can just go inside. The darkness of Maya is approaching. Let us hie homeward within. And he's just that anchor of even-minded, determined calm. And it's not without reason that we've been given 5 masters of different temperaments. I laugh in a way saying, for people like me, it's because I need all the help I can get. I need more than 1. I need 5. It takes a whole team to get me to God, and some of you may feel that way. But also there's a beauty. Each one has a certain gift that, depending on where we are in the course of our spiritual life, looking at those faces, okay, who has the message today? Where's the answer for my next step? Where's that inspiration? Where's that discipline? Where's that guidance? To whom should I attune myself now to make the best progress, the fastest progress? And he's definitely one of the ones that I have a friend who used to do that practice of asking which teacher, and went into a seclusion and had all the masters around. And while she was resting, she'd been praying and praying for guidance. While she was resting, the picture of Sri Yukteswar fell off the wall into her lap. And she had to laugh. Oh, I think I'm supposed to be tuning into Sri Yukteswar in my seclusion. There's something I'm supposed to learn there. So they're there for us, and we have some more Sri Yukteswarian kind of songs. Feel free to sing along. And
This chant is Desire, My Great Enemy. Another one of those beloved and oft chanted in the ashram in Serampore. Desire, my great enemy, with his soldiers surrounding me, is giving me lots of trouble. Oh, my Lord, is giving me lots of trouble. Oh, my Lord, that enemy I will deceive, remaining in the castle of peace. Night and day in thy joy, oh my Lord. Night and day in thy joy, oh my Lord. Night and day in thy joy, oh my Lord. Night and day in thy joy, oh my Lord. What will be my fate? Oh Lord, tell me. Pranayam be thy religion. Pranayam will give thee salvation. Pranayam is the wishing tree. 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 Pranayam is beloved God. Pranayam is Creator Lord. Pranayam is the cosmic word. 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 Control the little pranayam. Become all-pervading pranayam. You won't have to fear anything anymore. 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 Desire, my great enemy, with his soldiers surrounding me, is giving me lots of trouble. Oh, my Lord, is giving me lots of trouble. Oh, my Lord, that enemy I will deceive, remaining in the castle of peace. Night and day in thy joy, oh my Lord. Night and day in thy joy, oh my Lord. Night and day in thy joy, oh my Lord. Night and day in thy joy, oh my Lord. What will be my fate? Oh Lord, tell me. Pranayam be thy religion. Pranayam will give thee salvation. Pranayam is the wishing tree. 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 Pranayam is beloved God. Pranayam is Creator Lord. Pranayam is the cosmic word. Pranayam is the cosmic word. Pranayam is the cosmic word. Pranayam is the Control the little pranayam, become all-pervading pranayam. You won't have to fear anything anymore. 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 Night and day in thy joy, oh my Lord. Night and day in thy joy, oh my Lord. Night and day in thy joy, oh my Lord. Night and day in thy joy, oh. You won't have to fear anything anymore. 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 You won't have to fear. Pranayam, fear anything anymore. You won't have to 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 fear anything anymore. We'd like to give you all a chance to have a personal time between you and this great avatar of wisdom, Swami Sri Yukteswar. So during this last chant, we'd like you to, one or two at a time, you don't have to wait for the altar to be completely clear, just go ahead and find room for yourself and just take a moment to do a silent personal prayer of your own with the great wise Guru. And then on your way back to your seat, just there's a gift waiting for you there at the altar. A gift from Swami Sri Yukteswar. And I think there's one more aspect that I didn't know about.
There are roses that you can offer, flowers of devotion at the feet of this incarnation of divine wisdom. So we'll pass these around, and then when you're ready, you can come up. We can probably put the lights down a little more for this one, so it's a little more inward and devotional.
And the gift from Swami Sri Yukteswar is waiting on the altar. It's wisdom from him specifically for you. And after this gift from Yukteswar, you were invited to stay if you'd like and meditate as long as you wish here in his vibration. Can you turn off another one of the lights over the altar? Is anyone free to do that? Just leave one, the smallest light on. Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai. Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai. Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai. Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai. 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 Jai Guru, Jai. Jai Guru, Jai Guru, 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 Jai. Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai. Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai. 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 Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Guru 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 Jai. Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, 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 Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, 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 Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, 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 Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, 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 Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, 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 Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, 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 Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai 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 Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Jai Guru Jai, Guru Jai, Guru Jai. Let's meditate.
So we invite everyone to join us, those online as well, for a meditation until 9 o'clock. Let's end our meditation now with healing prayers. We have many people on the healing prayer list here in Mumbai. So let's hold all of them, gazing up at the point between the eyebrows, holding all these souls who've asked for healing in body, mind, or soul, holding them in the light there, offering them up to God, His infinite wisdom, divine love, as we say Yogananda's prayer. Divine Mother, Thou art omnipresent. Thou art in all Thy children. Manifest Thy healing presence in these bodies, in these minds, and in these souls. Rubbing the palms together, letting the energy move into the medulla, through the arms, out of the palms, reaching across all time and space, letting Divine Mother bless these souls as we chant Om. Let's do one special healing prayer for Nayaswami Dharmadas, the original founders of Ananda India, as he recovers from a double hand surgery on both hands after a fall. He and Nirmala and all those caring for him. And let's also especially remember Narayani and Shurjo as they are recharging, visiting family, relaxing, having a little well-deserved time of change of scene and a little vacation. So let's hold these souls again in the light. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Amen.